Smoke my morning L. Didn't get to the gym. Of course, if I can do this today, I'd like to. Shout out to Oakland. Shout out to the Bay Area, Oakland, Sacramento, and, all through there. Vallejo, Richmond. I'm coming through. I'll be there in a couple of days and shit. Shout out to Splash Alka. We got work. Good morning, though. I just want to talk to y'all briefly before I make it to the gym. Bashir, what's up, pimp? Make sure y'all be on the lookout for Biz Markie documentary. It come out on August 11th or 12th. August 11th on Paramount. That shit gonna be crazy. If you know anything about Biz Markie, you know he was the ultimate combination of lyrics, entertainment, and fashion. Very, very fashionably, tastefully, one of the best. Good morning. He said, what's the vibes this morning? Oh, I had to come here. Whereas this topic was popping a few days ago and shit, but I sat back and looked at everything, and I know I had to get on here because I am from Pennsylvania, and the situation that happened with little Gil is Pennsylvania news and shit. In regards to the unfortunate situation, I just wanted to say to people online, somebody else's pain and misery, it shouldn't be monetized. That shouldn't even come across your mind when something like this happens. You shouldn't even be thinking to yourself, damn, how can I make a video on this, or what could I say? That's a very selfish gesture, and 9 times out of 10 you're gonna make an error in the process because you think it selfishly. Gillie's son, the first day it happened, there was a lot of people in my chat room asking me about it. Talk about Gillie's son, talk about Gillie's son. I didn't have any grounds to speak on Gillie's son, number one, because I didn't know him and I wasn't familiar with his music, all like that. I've spoken on other situations where someone has lost their life, but this one isn't as high profile. But people try to make it high profile, and that's wrong. They should just let that man, he need a minute. At this point, can't nobody hold him, touch him, reach him, probably beyond his mother and his, and his girlfriend, Tootie or whatever. But I seen the reverberations. I seen how Philadelphia reacted to Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell, my personal opinion, Hassan Campbell don't really mean anybody any harm. I don't think he does. I think this is the problem. Hassan came to the online community, as a victim or whatever. Him and B Stinger explaining the situation that happened with Africa Bambaataa. Boom. He was thrust, well, he kind of worked for it as well, but he was thrust into a media position. Now you have a demand for him, and he's kind of trapped by the demand. Y'all asking him to give y'all something that he don't really have. Y'all come to Hassan for content, and he's not really recording anybody. He's not really interviewing anybody. So on some days, he got to do his best to keep y'all entertained for an hour or so to get his shit off. Bad decision to speak on somebody's child in that manner. Very, very bad decision. He said Hassan intoxicated, biggest crash. I know this, it wouldn't be a good idea for him to visit Philly no time soon. That I'm sure of. But it was just a poor decision to speak on it in that manner. Number one, Gillie's son was 25 years old. That's a man, by all means. He's gonna go where he wants. He's gonna befriend who he wants. He's gonna be where he wanna be and shit. You dig? He So that was beyond Gillie's control. I seen a lot of people in the comments saying, move your family out of the hood. His address was outside of the hood. His address was Wine Coat, PA, or some old shit like that. He do live in the suburbs. But, you know, he's from Philadelphia. It's the summertime, man. Niggas trying to get some action, you know what I'm saying? It's nobody trying to be trapped or confined by their celebrity. He should be out there, able to come out and have a life and all of that. In totality with Philadelphia, this is a city that I be in. You know, I visit Philly. I be there, you know, kind of often and shit. I never see this side of Philly when I'm there and shit. That will tell me that my lifestyle, my business, the way I carry it, it don't demand that type of energy. So I never see that part. I don't never see that part of Philadelphia. I was just in the park like 2 weeks ago playing ball and shit, fucking around with the hoopers and shit. I just don't see that part of Philadelphia. I think if that is your life, the shit that we seeing, you might be a participant in this shit. I don't know if, you know, some rappers feel that they have to live or act a certain way to exist in the business. I just don't know. I just know that a young man lost his life. It happens kind of regularly in Philadelphia. But in totality, Gillie should be given some, he need to be given a moment to heal. And that's something that he's probably never going to be able to do fully and shit. If y'all follow me on IG, y'all see I be training my son in the, you know, on a basketball court and shit. Me and his love for basketball has brought us together and shit. Father and son relationships, they be extremes. If they on good terms, it's extremely good. If they on bad terms, it's very bad. That's just how it is and shit. So Philly, a beautiful place. I don't see that energy when I visit either. Nah, I never do. I never do. But that just says that we got a different itinerary down there. We got different shit going on down there. Word. What was said though, totally inappropriate. It was totally inappropriate, and I think it was because of this. In this, you know, this online community, you got a lot of people who go live every day, probably sometimes multiple times a day. It couldn't be possible to attain a topic, study and explore a topic, and deliver it thoroughly multiple times out the day. It just don't work like that. So I would like to believe that a lot of people get on live and just be winging it. I've done it in the past and shit. Like, if I was up against the clock, I might have had to do it in the past, but it's nothing that I project or aspire to do and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said Philly and DC is a war zone now. People were online talking to him being sacrificed. I don't want to use those words. Anybody that said anything like that is out of touch with reality. Every black person that get on in life or entertainment, it don't gotta be no Illuminati involved and all this weird shit, all this shit that y'all be talking. These are black people that we talking about. Nothing of that sort should have been mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where this theory comes from that says once somebody get a lot of money, they gotta sell their soul and they sacrifice and all this weird shit. We've heard it. We've even seen the Michael Rubin parties. There might be some shit going on there. It might be some shit going on there, but nah. He said they never say that about white folks. Very interesting comment. Nobody ever starts talking about sacrifices, selling their soul, and the Illuminati in terms of our counterpart entertainers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah. But whenever a black person is involved, there's going to be some type of theory. And the theory shouldn't be created and pushed by people who have platforms. If you leading people, you shouldn't put that in nobody's spirit at all. That was ill-advised. They never going to forget that. They never going to forgive Hassan. I chose to remove the entire, what they call it, the dirty section of YouTube, I went about ways of removing myself from any association with that shit, period, because nobody is taking ignorance serious. I'm gonna say that again. If you get online and your way of moving around is by way of ignorance and shit like that, people gonna sniff it out. It's only gonna be a matter of time before you dead. You feel me? Pay attention. What was that dude? Up for Debate TV. They used to do the Alpo shit. Used to be on here cussing, making videos about me and everybody else. Nigga dead. After a while, people start picking up on your energy and your intentions and shit. You can't get away with it. And they want content. They want original content. You feel me? That's something that y'all should start pushing when y'all go on to people platforms. We ain't giving you a dime unless you got us some dope here and shit. You ain't got nothing original here. If you ain't got nothing tasteful here, we not giving you nothing. Give you super chat for what? Give you donations for what? What are you doing? You just winging it and shit. You just talking some crazy shit. You feel me? I wonder if some of this lifestyle is intentionally pushed on us as a people. Yes, 100%. Recently, Ice Cube spoke about not being a part of, I guess, the cool table in hip-hop. He said, nah, I ain't down with it. I don't fuck with these people. And they asked him why. He was like, it's no coincidence that the same people that own record labels have money invested in private prisons in the corrections industry. So their intent, and it's becoming blatant now, it was actually a letter that used to circulate. It was a physical letter, paper, that used to circulate around in prison back in the day. And it was about a secret meeting that they had in hip-hop in California a long time ago. And all this monkey shit supposed to was transpiring and shit. Cube spoke about not being a part of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Not being a part of the shit. Yeah, the people who own private prisons, they do have money. They do have money in record labels. They do own record labels. They signing people who talking about a bunch of space shit. Think the way to get signed right now, I heard somebody speak about this. They said they not signing talent anymore. They signing popularity, meaning you don't even have to be skilled at rapping and shit like that. You don't have to be skilled. All you got to do is have a lot of followers on Instagram, and this is who they signing up. They're not signing a person up for their skill set. They just signing a person up because they're popular. These people that they're signing up, they could be popular for any fucking thing, anything. As we've seen, the online community will elect a motherfucker popular who has zero talent. The Island Boys, Bad Baby or whatever her name is, Vickie O, like all these motherfuckers are retarded, but y'all elected them to be somebody. As we see, they had no talent and they crash and they stock and their value was plummeted and all crazy. But yeah, he said NWA was in that meeting. I remember that letter. I believe they said NWA was there. They named some people that was there and shit. Man, times have changed. My man said King Erna channel is not popping no more. Nobody who stood on ignorance, man. Like the moment the niggas started taking the camera and pointed it at themselves over professionals, you were headed for destruction. I've said this the whole time I've been here. I ain't never liked to be on this platform more than my reciprocals, the people that I'm pointing the camera at and shit. So that's how I carry it and shit. Ice Spice has no bars. Axe Shampoo said they have to keep acting a clown to get views. I'm glad you said that. That's something I've never done. I've never done that. I've never got on here and tried to turn comedian. I never got on here and tried to, put on a minstrel show for y'all and shit. Like, I don't want to be saying no niggas' names and shit, man. But a lot of these niggas, they resort to, comedy type shit. Like, I ain't never took off my shirt and start wrestling niggas on here, man. I ain't never ran up on niggas talking about give me a hug and none of this stupid shit. I ain't never pulled no stunts. I ain't never said no bizarre shit that was unwarranted and shit. I've never turned to a comedian. I never did. I seen a lot of people do it. And that's not how I act in real life and shit. I'm not gonna. He said, motherfuckers doing anything for likes. They've been doing it for a long time, and y'all don't be saying nothing and shit. Y'all don't be saying. Y'all don't be saying nothing. Y'all don't. He said from the 205, and I'm not dissing anybody. I'm just saying, man, I'm getting by on talent and shit. I ain't gotta do no silly shit or nothing like that. Tariq can be comical. We already knew where you was going. Some people gotta do that. He says Star, aka Troy Terrain, will even fall back. Star got skills. Star's topics are well constructed. His platform is a well-oiled machine. The shit that come out of his mouth makes sense. He has great dialogue, and he's always been sarcastic and shit. He's always been who he is and shit. But other people get on here and start taking on what is it? Characters and shit. You see the nigga 10 toes down start talking like Kirk Franklin and shit. Don't didn't you see that goofy ass nigga get on here and start talking like Kirk Franklin and shit? What he was saying? Talk to me, I talk back, and all this goofy shit. Black people don't do this shit, man. Y'all, this is what y'all got to do to get by. Get to talk like Kirk Franklin and shit. Goofy shit, corny shit. These niggas is desperate. Go back to who you were before you came here with this corny shit. You feel me? Yeah, characters and shit. Some of y'all should have just came with the puppet like Peanut 215. Y'all should have just came with that. A lot of these niggas do that. Get on here and start acting. They do. Yeah, y'all heard him. He said persona is the word you were looking for. Whatever you want to call it, I call it bullshit, some corny shit. Like, black men ain't silly. We not really silly by nature. Black men are fairly serious under all circumstances because of the temperature that we, the climate that we come up in and shit. You dig? He said Dre said the nigga did a dime and came out a clown. Now he did 20 years. This motherfucker did like 20 years, man. Came out with that dumbass shit. All of the blogs are Nigerian and Jamaican. Queen's Flip is Haitian and Jamaican. That's why he be taking off his shirt, hugging on niggas and shit. Up for debate, brought bad health on himself. Got to be careful what you put into the universe. You said he got health problems, Harlem Shakur? Harlem Shakur. He got health problems? I need a rebuttal before I go on. Y'all like this video. It's almost 700 people here in the morning. Good morning to all of y'all. Hold on. Harlem Shakur. He got bad health? What's wrong with him? That's what the fuck you get for fucking with the golden child, you bitch ass nigga. You was on here making videos about me for months instead of watching my videos, doing the burpee challenge, eating your ginger, taking the black seed oil, and living right. But you didn't. You chose to fight God, and now look at you. You're clinging on to life. Hey, yo! He said, yeah, it's hard. Oh, he got a bad ticker. You got a bad ticker, man. You got on here all that ranting and raving and cussing. Know you was eating pork, body full of cholesterol. When you be pushing all those bad intentions through your bloodstream, your blood vessels swell up like this. And when they pop, that's called a stroke. I don't feel sorry for Up for Debate TV. Brought it on himself. Came here fighting God. What you expect to happen to you? damn, Gully, you better than that. Nigga, I'm beyond better. I'm prolific. And I mean every word I said about that nigga. If he going places, get there fast. Get there fast. Why would I empathize with this nigga? This nigga made videos about me. Had my name in his mouth. If you on your way to final destination, sayonara. Oh, shit. Top of the morning. He said cold-blooded. Yeah. I fight those that fight with me. I want you out of here forever. I don't care what happened to that nigga. Go get your fate, nigga. Go get it. Yeah, clogged from making bad decisions. Niggas don't be exercising, don't be eating right. Just get on here ranting and eating pork. That nigga looked unhealthy the whole time. His skin looked greasy, saturated with pork fats and cholesterol. It was coming out of his skin. It's coming out of his skin. Well, there you go. Top of the morning. Junkies have graduated to Roxy's and 30s, and they call them perk 20s and 30s to make it sound cool. Yeah, he did look greasy. Gotta put the high power first. That's me. When you come here, you pay homage, man, and move around and shit, or you headed for destruction. You are. Good morning, everybody that's here fucking with me this morning before I go to the gym. That lean and pill combos are killing the heart. My homie 38 with a pacemaker from lean, perks, and pills. That's a goddamn shame. Save your own life. Seriously. Where did Gillie's son lose his life at? I believe the Albany section of Philadelphia. He said you right at him. These niggas don't deserve to be here. A lot of these niggas need to go. That shit that was said about Gillie's son, he sacrificed and all that crazy shit. An apology should be offered. That was some corny sucker shit. Niggas be in a situation, in a pickle. When you hit this live stream button, now you got to entertain, and connect with people. You feel me? If the only thing that you have to use to connect with people is some ignorant shit, you shouldn't be on here. That situation where Hassan, what he said about Gillie's kid, that is 100% going to affect his platform from this point forward. It's going to 100% affect his platform. And he'll see. He'll regret it. For real. He said, Hassan, next, I be surgical with the way that I operate over here. You know what I'm saying? I be surgical. And I often step back and put my hands in the other thing. Like I'm working on Pillmatic 2 right now. Shout out to Pretty Ugly, Roscoe, Pico Chain, all the niggas that's on Pillmatic 2. But I be working on other shit. And when I be working on other shit, I still be looking at YouTube, seeing what's going on. And I see, y'all don't got nothing. These niggas is all ass. These niggas don't do anything. I believe people get on here thinking entertain over hip-hop. These niggas will do anything to keep you engaged for a few minutes. They don't come here with hip-hop high on their priority list. When I step to y'all with HIPHOP. You feel me? But these niggas don't be doing that, so they got to get on here and basically do anything to keep you on here and keep you coming back. Some of these guys might have figured out that if they say something bizarre, y'all gonna go crazy, and that might be how they flourish and shit. But Hassan should have never said no shit like that. He not even from Philadelphia, not even from Pennsylvania. He normally don't He covered killings in the hood. He covered what go on in the hood and shit, but he shouldn't have put any emphasis on this one because it was somebody's child and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to put any emphasis on it. You don't even have to talk about it. Like, my live stream the day that it was happening, everybody was in my shit talking about, yo, talk about Gillie, son, talk about Gillie, son. For what? I never mentioned the young man. I never mentioned his music. I never mentioned anything that he had going on. A death should not be monetized, man. Like, people be looking for him and just take flight. An entertainer is one thing. Somebody kid is something else. Gillie's son was not no factor in music. He was nobody but somebody's son. Just a baby and shit. Gillie tried real hard with mac and cheese. Gillie said cheese was the one. Hassan was getting his, oh my, I ain't saying that. Some of these content creators are like that time of the year when basket and football is over. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We going through that right now, and we gonna be all right. It's getting closer to August, but that's perfect. Some of these YouTubers remind me, just like my man just said, of the time of year when the NBA is over with, the finals is over with, and we waiting for the football season to start. That little pocket, that's what these niggas get on here with. Nothing, trying their best to entertain y'all. Yeah. I got something for y'all, though. I got a dope joint. I'm going to interview Tobias Prophet Smith. I might do it today. Tobias Prophet Smith is a director, and he did a film called The Cotton Picking Truth about Mississippi, and he was interviewing slaves in like 2009. Slavery never ended in Mississippi, man. This motherfuckers in Mississippi in the woods don't even know the rest of us free. They keeping them motherfuckers back there in the woods, and they ain't never been out of the woods, so they scared to come out, venture out. They scared to run. They think motherfucking, they think the overseers are still out looking for niggas to kill and shit like that. But there's a documentary, it's on Amazon Prime, called The Cotton Picking Truth. And I'm gonna, we gonna talk about Mississippi like a motherfucker, yo. But there's a lady that was on this documentary. She probably deceased now. But she spoke of growing up a slave into the shit, I think 90s. He said it's the poorest state in the union. My man says, start that, bro. I'm in Mississippi balling. You only balling because everybody else is poor. It ain't no, hey, don't think you balling because you richer than all the poor people. Because you got more than poor people, that don't mean you balling, my nigga. You ain't balling in Mississippi. A motherfucker with money wouldn't even desire to live there and shit. Like, you probably got more than most down there, but a person who's successful with money, Mississippi, for what? They just found a nigga with his head off down there like a week or so ago. Don't y'all know they just got a nigga head off down there? There's real news going on in the world. Real news going on in the world. Just a week before this situation happened with Gillie's son, there was a mass shooting in Southwest Philadelphia that killed several people. I don't think any of these media platforms spoke of that tragedy. This just happened in Philadelphia. I think 5 lives are taken. It was a two-year-old shot. Very, very ugly situation. But people didn't rush to cover that or give those people their proper support and light. 5 murders. People act like it never happened. But when this situation happened with Gillie's kid, you know, he's famous. You got people who's going to run to the internet and try to capitalize off of the name, the moment, and the algorithm. You can't say that if you never visited. I'm here now visiting. I'm from BK. Nigga, I done been in Mississippi before. What? Ain't nothing positive to say about Mississippi. tell me one thing. Tell me one thing that's positive about Mississippi. Please. He said Jackson, Mississippi got some fine women. If you got to go way the fuck down there for a goddamn woman, you out of your goddamn mind. It ain't a bitch that bad on the planet to go way the fuck down there into the woods around fucking spirits and shit. You know what I mean? Thousands and thousands of black people that been lynched down there and shit. Who the fuck would want to drink from a water fountain? Who wants a sandwich down there and shit? Ain't nothing. I was down there, my nigga. GPSs get the fucking acting stupid and shit. It's dark as fuck. Y'all ain't got no street lights. A person from the city will be made uncomfortable immediately. Immediately. He said TV got niggas spooked. Not just TV history. We didn't see the history. I went to see Mississippi burning in the movies when I was a kid. You feel me? Straight up. I grew up in a black home and shit. I grew up in a black house and shit. Way before y'all got to looking at Emmett Till and shit like that. That shit was shown to me as a kid. 4 or 5 years old and shit. You dig? He said, don't drink the water in Jackson. Fuck Mississippi, y'all. Good morning, man. It's almost 900 people here. 200 likes. Can y'all get the likes up to like 500? Please. Mississippi has rich farm soil. I bet you they do. All them dead bodies being buried down there and shit. I bet you they do got rich farm soil. All that melanin buried in the ground down there and shit. I have folks down there. I went to visit when I was a kid. I've never been back. Nah, it ain't a place that you gonna say, nah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and visit again. It ain't that type of experience. It ain't. Yeah, fertilized by the blood of our motherfucking ancestors. Sundown towns everywhere. It's 900 people here, man. Can y'all like the video this morning? Why don't you hit Gulfport in Biloxi, Mississippi? For what? For what? Tell me one reason to go way the fuck to the end of civilization. Is there anything below Mississippi? Is there anything below Mississippi? That's the end of the world. Why the fuck go down there, yo? I got family down there. I own property in Mississippi. I didn't see it. My father was my grandfather was a professor in Mississippi. My father, John Lindsey, was from Mississippi. We got property down there. One of my cousins went down there and seen the property that belongs to me. It belongs to me and probably my aunt, but I'm one of the main people because I'm my father's son. My cousin went down there and seen that shit. She told me out of her mouth, she said, man, you don't want that shit. She was like, man, you don't want that shit, yo. Like, I see that shit deserted as a motherfucker, like, trees and shit everywhere. Like, trust me, cuz, you don't want that shit. They live in Houston. They went over there and took a peek and shit. Ain't nothing popping. It's like when you go on vacation and people try to get you to go to the ghetto. For what? Yeah, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. I went to the casino. It was a free trip, but it's a slow-moving city. That's why it was free. Despise all the free lunch tickets. You already know that. We've been taught that over and over and over. No ones who really ball and lived in the Jim Crow South outside of Atlanta, not Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, none of them. It's some rich niggas in them spots, country niggas be in the woods, tearing it. Bricks galore, 500 pounds of weed, all that type of shit. Niggas only come out of the woods to go shop. Be dressed in designer in the fucking woods with a rifle and 5 pit bulls. You heard about Trav and Columbia getting robbed and shot? Nah, you talking about Trav from Queens? She's bugging. I own land in Mississippi, and I get $50,000 a year just for my trees and shit. I guess you got the balls to go out there and cut them down. I don't want no parts of the forest and shit. I was in a lockup called Vision Quest. We lived in the woods and shit. Man wasn't made to live in the fucking woods. Animals live in the woods and shit. Mother's side from South Carolina. Been years ago, never went back. Never was homesick. Oh, so Trav got robbed. Gotta be careful, man. Niggas be wearing all that ice around poor people and shit. What you expect? You think they glad to see you with that shit on, or they thinking about feeding themselves for the night? Be careful where you wear it at. At the end of the day, it's yours and shit. It's your life attached to it, too. What's up, cuz? My family get money from land in Mississippi for generations. I got family in South Carolina. It's not as country as it used to be. Y'all be in wrong spots. I was down in the Carolinas recently, and I didn't understand how close Wake Forest, Duke, and North Carolina, them shits is all around the same area and shit. They all like 40 minutes drive distance between the three. I think they probably call that shit Tobacco Road and shit. But once I seen how close they were, I was like, damn, no wonder the ACC was turned the fuck up like that. Like, North Carolina, Duke, and Wake Forest, them is really, really rivals, not just in sports, but in location and shit like that. I'm pretty sure they go to war over recruits and shit like that. Definitely. He said, yeah, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. Thank you, Harlem Shakur. He said the triangle. When I seen that, y'all call it the triangle, I understood why niggas from New York went down there to hustle and shit. Once you down there, it's right there. It's all like within driving distance. Raleigh, Burlington, Durham, they all in the same areas and shit. How do you feel about Unique Mecca Audio blowing up? What happened to him? What happened with him? I'm going to wait to speak on Carly. What happened to him? Please. I thought Philly and Baltimore was cool. I thought they was cousin cities. I heard rappers say that and shit. Rap niggas up top be broke. Rap niggas down bottom be caked up. I won't even disagree with that. I won't even disagree with that. I've helped guys in this hip hop business, and their whole purpose was trying to become popular between South Carolina, Alabama, and Georgia. There's people in those niggas that hustle from, I think, South Carolina to like Alabama and music. They making a lot of money. Them niggas be going to, there's rappers down there that never blew up past that region. This big, this real big. Forget that dude name. His name was something Duck. I think he was from Florida. Huge down that way and shit. And all he got to do was just tour in those little pockets right down there. Philly is cool. Baltimore's not. I know, I'm from there. Left years ago. Too many sellouts and Oreo cookies in Baltimore. My man said rap is not a career. I'm sorry. What you think about Paul Pierce saying he was better than Dwayne Wade? He probably was. He was taller. They called Paul Pierce the truth, man. Paul Pierce was bringing it to niggas' ass and shit. Didn't Dwayne Wade need some help? Papa Duck, got it. Unique Mecca Audio with DC. Why did you say he was blowing up? Swisher House toured in 4 states. You said he was blowing up. What he doing that's blowing him up? He said Paul needed help too. Dan eventually got him some help, but he was the catalyst. I remember Antoine Walker on the bench in the playoffs, pointing in his face, yelling in his face, telling him, "You the man, you the baddest motherfucker in here. You better take this shit over right motherfucker now." I'll never forget that shit. That was a dope ass scene to see that. Because when you play ball, you know who on the team could get us out of this situation. You know who could change the situation. You know, you got the person, you know your personnel. I never forget that, man. And Antoine Walker was like that, man. He was telling Paul Pierce, man, you better turn this shit up right motherfucker now. Pierce went back out there and started lighting shit the fuck up running around them screens. The truth. He said Wade first 3 years he was dolo. Do you think Unique Mecca Audio has fabricated stories? I know he didn't see Michael Jackson smoking no goddamn crack. I know that. Social media got people believing Pierce ain't as good as he really is. He said, I remember that game AW got in their ass. Who was AW? What did you think about Denver beats in LA easily? I was disappointed. It wasn't just people try to make it like joking. Man, Jokic has some badass guards on his team. Jamal Murray's a bad motherfucker. And that nigga Bruce Brown hurt the Lakers because nobody knew about him. Nobody expected him to be doing the shit that he was doing. He was number 5. He hurt the Lakers, yo. I think the Lakers trying to get him now, but he hurt the Lakers bad. You still doing the burpee regimen? Yeah, I still do burpees. LA could have did way better than they did. Good morning, everybody. I appreciate y'all for coming through. It's almost a clean 1,000 people here. All I need y'all to do is like the video. Bruce Brown signed with Indy. Bruce with the Pacers now. He went and got him some money, huh? Bruce Brown at 6'4" does everything pretty well. He signed with someone else for 2 years. He played on Bruce Brown and what's my man name? Lonnie Walker. They played for the University of Miami together in college. That's Lonnie Walker's teammate. They saying Bug gonna lose on Saturday. We gonna see. Pierce used to always go at LeBron. It was always a tight fight. Paul Pierce or Luka? I'm going with Pierce, man. I done seen Pierce in wars and shit. Y'all be so attracted to dudes who, you know, they flashy, and Luka didn't even make the fucking playoffs last year, man. Y'all comparing him to fucking Paul Pierce, man. Is y'all serious, man? There was only a couple of niggas that was problems for Kobe. What I mean by that is Kobe coming to get his 25, 30. This nigga gonna get his 32. The guys that was like that was LeBron James, Paul Pierce. Yeah, them is the niggas that would... Gilbert Arenas at a point in time too, but them was the niggas that was... I was pulling out my hair many a nights, man. Kobe playing against LeBron or Kobe playing against Paul Pierce and them niggas and shit. Like, it was wars. Luka is trash, slow, and can't run to the basket. He said, I'm a Laker fan. Nothing but respect for Paul Pierce. And he's tall. Let's not forget he got stabbed 13 times and came back still dominating. Benzino and motherfucking Cavario need to come on with that book they was writing in that hotel room. The longer that them niggas don't produce no book, we know what the fuck was going on in that hotel room. He said that they was in a hotel room working on a book. It's been some years. It was some years from when they got caught. Like, when we got that video footage, it was already old. Where the book at? Where the book at? We ain't gonna never get a Benzino book written by Cavario. You know why? You know why? Cause them niggas was in there doing the fruit belt. Them niggas was in there doing the fruit belt. We ain't gonna never get no book out of them niggas because they wasn't writing one. They wasn't writing one. What makes y'all think Benzino and Cavario was in a fucking hotel room writing a book? Niggas got busted. She said don't start. Niggas is doing some freak shit. Hotel room, no hoes around, nothing. Nigga talking about it. We was a white couple. This wouldn't even happen. Compare themselves to a couple. There's too much going on and shit. It is. Pillmatic 2 on the way. Yeah, at the Red Roof. Only thing people go to the Red Roof to do is sleep and fuck. Niggas don't go to no motherfucking Red Roof to work. We work at hotels. We ain't going to no goddamn Red Roof to work. We gonna go where it's fucking, where they got fucking room service to bring some fucking refreshments to our session while we working and shit. Who the fuck goes to the Red Roof? The fucking the AC, the air, the central air and shit don't even be operating right and shit. That shit never made any sense. Them niggas was low. Them niggas was low. Them niggas in there cuddled up like Omar Little. It's the truth. Y'all like this video? Yeah, that's what people go to them joints for, to fucking get the fuck up out of there and shit. The industry. Condolences to Gillie's son and to Gillie's family. He ain't gonna never, ever recover. He's gonna be a different person after this. I just don't see him being able to make people laugh or be engaged in how he was before this happened. It's gonna take a whole lot of character, and it's gonna take a whole lot. I just don't see him. I see this situation that happened probably affecting, I see it probably affecting his professional performance, at least for the time being. He said, yeah, this will take a toll on him. Yeah, unfortunate, man. When we lose somebody, they ain't never coming back. So we got to honor and love on people while they here and shit. Yeah. Is Magic Johnson's 4% ownership a big deal or just peanuts? Whenever Magic made a move, man, it was always big or the beginning of something big. So I co-sign everything that he did. Shout out to the Washington Commanders and shit. I got that Washington, D.C., that Redskins PA knit too. I got a couple of them on deck. If you in here and you're a Redskins fan, hit me up on IG and shit. I'll let you see what it look like. $4% is still good. Okay. You definitely gonna profit off of it. Good morning. Y'all share this video on y'all social media platforms. Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, IG story. Let them know I'm over here. Good morning. He said, yo, Gully, interview Boots. I gotta see Boots do a little bit more. I'm watching him. I gotta see him do a little bit more, though. Word. My man said burgundy and gold. Come on and get it, man, because I didn't make a Washington Commanders hat. I didn't. I made a Washington Redskins hat. I seen a guy the other day with a Cleveland Indians t-shirt on and hat at a gas station and shit. He was an older gentleman. I shook his hand. I walked, I said, man, I got to shake your hand. And he reached to shake my hand. I said, I love your shirt and hat, man. He had the Cleveland Indians hat and shirt on. They called the Cleveland Guardians or some shit now, and that shit is whack. But that Indian logo, that Indian shit was fire, man. That shit was fire. It's fire. They always gonna be the Cleveland Indians to me. I don't give a fuck. Yep, I'm still out of gummies, man. They over there in Asia and shit, man. I'm having problems getting them over here. This is gonna be the hardest part about fame for Gillie. The thought ain't gonna never go away. The feeling probably ain't gonna never go away. He ain't gonna stop longing for a hug from his son. I don't wish this shit on nobody. I don't. Even the Edmonton Eskimos had to change their name to the Elk. They took land, now they crying about the name. You keep saying Carlton Hines or LeBron James, man. What you saying is making no sense, man. Carlton Hines never even played in college, man. Like, you're tripping. He said, yeah, he looked numb in the picture Knox posted. Let's talk about that picture very briefly before I get out of here. I was in a discussion with somebody last night. They was talking about that picture. That picture probably shouldn't have been taken. It probably shouldn't. Because people be putting on a show, man. People be putting on a show. And taking a picture with Gillie next to him during this time, it's not doing anything for Gil. It's not. It's doing something for the people who posed in the picture with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a publicity grab and shit. Like, because prior to this, we know who fuck with who. We know who been on $1 million worth of game. We know who interact with who. So we all sitting here watching it. You see, I thought it was too early. It wasn't. That wasn't what's up. It wasn't. Because the death, the loss is very, very real and shit. Fuck a picture and shit, man. It was a time when we existed without pictures and shit like that. Everybody got to take a picture or something and shit. He said, everybody clout chasing. Yeah, people trying to get notoriety off of this guy's fame. That's what would cause this video that you're watching right now and shit. That's what caused this video. Something that was inappropriately said about the death of the young man and shit. Like paparazzi photo ops. Damn. Good morning, everybody. Like this video. It's about 1,000 people here, man. We need 500 likes. Can we get 500 likes? Disassociate yourself from low-class people. The people that always be with Gillie outside of the podcast would be there if he wasn't famous. A few of them other dudes we ain't see no other time. I'm going to say that again. The people that always be with Gillie outside of the podcast would be there if he wasn't famous. I agree. If you follow Gillie's career and shit, he always had the same few niggas around him and shit. You would see them niggas. You would see him standing off to the side, or they might have been in a video with him or an interview or something like that, but it was always the same handful of people and shit. You know what? I'm pretty sure Gillie is understanding what fake is right now and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fools clout chase the brilliant, chase and seek the most high. He said, especially the light-skinned nigga with shades. It's like we in the Matrix with no sense of reality. I got a sense of reality. I try to do what's right at all times. If you do what's right at all times, you're going to be okay. You're going to keep positive energy around you. You're going to be okay. No matter what, do the right thing. Lava, Bump, Spade, etc. Their all-time family, cookouts, etc. It's unfortunate. I wish his son stayed away from the streets. Being in the Albany outside at night is no good. 25. Dad, an entertainer. Gillie didn't even look right in those pictures. He didn't even have no energy. And I know it wasn't his suggestion. I don't think Gillie suggested, hey, y'all, let's take a picture together. We all together right now. Those in the picture will be gone in a few months. Those in the picture gonna be gone after this. You know, there's like a memorial, a repast, a burial. His death ain't gonna be different than nobody else's. This shit. You get a T-shirt, people talk about you for a week, and that's it. He barely looked into the camera. He ain't had no energy, man. The most difficult death I dealt with was my father and shit. I didn't even go in the funeral. I stayed outside in the limousine and smoked weed with my boys and shit. I just didn't have any energy. You know, my older brother, he went in there with my father and shit. I didn't even go in and shit. Shit, the whole picture idea was corny. Corny as fuck. For what? Why picture right now and shit? The picture, whoever posted it, I believe they were trying to suggest solidarity. But there is no solidarity in Philadelphia hip-hop. We've seen it. We've seen it. If there was ever solidarity in Philly hip-hop, they would be way, way farther ahead. But, you know, they don't really help each other and shit. Like, it shit be going wrong. Like, you seen what happened with OBH and Meek Mills and shit like that. Like, shit seems to go left field. Lost my parents 7 months apart in 2002. Would take time to heal. I lost both of my parents. I've never been the same. How do you think he and Wallow gonna handle Gillie Fest? To cancel it or not have it would be ridiculous. That wouldn't be smart, I don't think. I think he should continue to have it and continue to do his best to live beyond this tragedy. I wouldn't change anything, you know, like professionally. If you got the energy and the creativity to go be Gillie on camera, go be Gillie on camera. But this, right now, he might need a minute. He said it's probably gonna be canceled. I wouldn't cancel it. I wouldn't cancel it. There's nothing, only time heals wounds and shit, man, but a few dollars ain't too bad. It ain't. A few dollars ain't too bad either. For real. If they thinking about posting a picture at a time like that, then those are vultures. I agree with you. The picture could have been taken but not posted it. Post this at a later date, 6 months from now. Shit. I wouldn't cancel it, but it'd be hard to show up. I don't know why Cheese was in those parts, but I would be too. But damn, all of them had no burners. We knocking on 1,100 people this morning, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Like the video. Y'all see this? It's over 1,000 people here. You are not required to make no donation here. You ain't required to buy no membership, no super chats or nothing. You come here and kick it for free. Your presence is the gift. Straight up. Nobody home be normal after losing a child. As a dad, probably want vengeance, forget all the motivation. I hope he can get through this in a good manner. Gillie is going to explode on somebody, I just don't know who. I feel you. Good morning, everybody. It's about to be a whole hour. I was here with y'all this morning. It's time for me to get to the gym. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. I'm going to say this in closing. Directly to Hassan Campbell. I love you because you black like me. Everything that, all the composition I have, you got it as well because you black and gifted. Stop succumbing to doing whatever for money. Straight up. Stop doing that. You don't have to do that. You've already established yourself. You've shown great courage in regards to sharing your plight and your situation with Africa Bambaataa with the whole world. That took balls. That took strength. We know you got it in you. But you got to start exercising some better judgment when you putting out your videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know you got good sense. I believe immediately after your video, you regretted it. You regret some of the things that you said. I believe that. You've done this before and shit. You've made some videos and later on, after you was able to think about it, you felt differently about it. But Gillie and his family didn't deserve the energy that you put online in regards to him losing his son. That ain't none of your business, and it ain't none of mine. Death shouldn't be monetized. Sometimes when entertainers lose their life, we speak about it. But it's normally to give a recount of their career and their accomplishments and shit like that. Somewhat like giving them their roses and shit, but nah. Bad decision. Bad decision. You know what I'm saying? So, at any point when you able to share, you don't have to apologize. You can just give an explanation. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe your explanation might have some legs under it. But it was inappropriate. And we got these platforms, us. We know how they function. We know the money involved and shit. All money ain't good money. That's it. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all have a great morning. Go to my website, therealdribble.com, man. Get them PA knits. Get an autographed copy of my book. You in a DMV, man. My reef out there. I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a great morning. He said, great response to Haas. We need to deal with each other civilized. When niggas come on here acting like King Kong and shit, you acting again. You putting on a show again and shit. You feel me? Niggas don't yell. Niggas don't take off their shirt and all this goofy, silly shit. It ain't necessary. It ain't. So, all right. Y'all have a great morning. Follow me on Instagram at Gully TV _, man. I got dope coming, man. Just fuck with me. Peace.